Deep within a vast landscape, nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, lies a serene retreat, where the soft murmur of wind through tree branches and the gentle rustling of leaves create a sanctuary for individuals seeking to heal and rediscover themselves. The retreat is set in a calm corner of nature, away from the clamor of everyday life. Sunrise paints the sky with hopeful hues, and the quiet moments invite introspection. At this special place, I introduce two individuals whose inner journeys have led them to this haven. Lior and Amaris, a man with a short-cropped head and deep, soulful brown eyes, carries a quiet strength born of both hardship and resilience. His presence suggests a measured calmness, and his gait reflects the wisdom of someone who has learned to see carefully through layers of past pain. Alongside him is Amaris, a woman whose gentle smile and warm expression reveal a past shadowed by moments of hardship, yet overcome by an innate capacity for growth and reconciliation. With every step, Amaris appears to echo an inner melody of forgiveness and acceptance, having traversed countless challenges in her quest for self-love. In this early morning light, the energy of the retreat is palpable yet subtle, a blend of anticipation and quiet readiness to embrace change. The surroundings speak with a language unburdened by chaos. A clear, expansive sky stretches overhead, while the ground is softened by a carpet of autumn leaves, each one whispering stories of transformation. The crisp air carries the scent of pine and earth, mingling in a way that seems to affirm the greatness of nature's design. This place has an almost magnetic pull, drawing those who have known the ache of solitude and the sweet promise of healing. Here, every element, the touch of a cool breeze, the rustle of nature's secrets, the delicate interplay of light and shadow, conspires to remind the weary soul that new beginnings are not only possible, but inevitable. The narrative unfolds with a sense of destiny, not in the deterministic sense of fate, but as a gentle confluence of inner work meeting external circumstances. Both Lior and Amaris arrived at the retreat not with the intention to find one another, but simply to reconnect with themselves in an environment that promises solace and growth. As the day breaks and the natural light bathes this secluded space, I trace the outlines of each individual's journey and honor the courage it takes to embrace vulnerability. In the calm that pervades the retreat grounds, the silent promise of healing is visible in the small moments, a serene look, a hesitant step, the quiet reflection of a mind ready to accept transformation. It is in this sacred, untouched space that their stories begin to converge, and where the warmth of shared resilience hints at the magnetic pull of genuine connection, a connection rooted in the truth of their lived experiences. This introduction sets stage for a journey of self-discovery, hope, and connection that awaits. Before arriving at the retreat, both Lior and Amaris had traversed long and winding paths filled with personal trials and transformative insights. Lior's journey was marked by silent struggles and inner battles that left him with deep scars. In his childhood, he experienced the absence of understanding and warmth that shaped him into a cautious observer of the world. Over the years, therapy and self-exploration became his trusted companions, helping him slowly dismantle walls built from past neglect. Each day he learned that true strength comes not from hiding pain, but from embracing it, transforming each experience into wisdom. His long hours spent in quiet reflection taught him to value the stillness found within even the most turbulent storms of emotion. Similarly, Amaris carried the weight of a past filled with moments of isolation and pain. For her, growing up meant shouldering burdens beyond her years, often feeling obliged to hold herself together when the world around offered little support. The process of healing for Amaris was gradual, involving deep self-forgiveness and the careful unraveling of old patterns. Through sincere introspection and emotional work, she discovered that vulnerability could be a source of strength rather than a weakness. Her journey was about learning to see herself clearly, free of the distortions imposed by past regrets and lingering scars. Both individuals honed their resilience during periods of reflection and healing. Lior's path was a dance with silence and solitude, where every small victory over despair became a lesson in courage. Amaris's road was paved with moments of quiet rebellion, against the expectations of a world that often overlooked her inner light. Their separate journeys, filled with moments of pain and grace, inevitably prepared them for this encounter. Each step, each tear, and every brave act of self-compassion led them to a point where they were no longer defined solely by past wounds, but by the promise of a reformed self. Thus, their arrival at the retreat was not a coincidence, but the culmination of years of inner work and healing endeavors. In their individual battles against the lingering shadows of abandonment and self-doubt, both Lior and Amaris discovered that the true measure of a person lies in the courage to confront one's inner demons, as they separately undertook a long journey towards self-acceptance. They each embraced the idea that healing is an unending process, a testament to their lasting strength and hope. At the retreat, the evening unfolds with a gentle calm that heralds new beginnings. The air is cool yet inviting, carrying whispers of nature that invite every attendee to set aside their inner burdens, in a space illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. Lior finds himself drawn to a quiet corner where the residue of his inner explorations seems to merge with the subtle beauty of the surroundings. He sits on a smooth stone, his fingers idly tracing the delicate patterns of moss that have taken root over time. Not far away, Amaris, who had come seeking a restorative haven, situates herself in a spot where the interplay of light and shadow feels like a quiet embrace. Though neither expected this meeting, the retreat has a way of orchestrating moments that feel both tender and inevitable. The ambiance of the retreat is both understated and profound. The soft hum of a handpan weaves through the cool night air, its gentle vibrations resonating in the quiet hearts of those gathered. The distant sound of nature melds with the subtle murmur of conversations washed by a sense of calm curiosity. Under the canopy of towering trees, every detail, from the glistening dew on leaves to the muted flicker of the bonfire, contributes to an atmosphere ripe for quiet self-discovery and unspoken connection. In this environment, every observed nuance becomes a cherished memory in the making. In the unfolding moments of that second evening, the paths of Lior and Amaris seem to brush past one another in a subtle dance. The space between them gradually thins, as if the retreat itself is encouraging their silent exchange. It is not a loud meeting, but one defined by the grace of small gestures, a lingering glance, the soft alignment of their postures, and a shared quietness that speaks louder than words. Each silent detail seems imbued with a significance that hints at the recognition of kindred spirits. Every element of the retreat, from the cool breeze that whispers past to the gentle interplay of light and shadow on weathered stones, cements the notion that healing and connection often begin in the silence. It is here, in these first understated moments, that the seeds of a profound resonance are planted, setting the stage for an experience that promises slow, heartfelt unfolding. As twilight deepens, the retreat softly awakens the budding promise of true connection, uniting hearts in gentle emerging trust. Under the starry expanse of the retreat's second evening, a quiet bonfire gathers the participants. In a tranquil circle, the soft flickering flames cast dancing shadows that mingle with the natural night, and the air is filled with an unspoken camaraderie. Lior finds himself at the edge of this circle, his posture relaxed yet attentive as he contemplates the gentle warmth of the fire. Nearby, Amaris is present in her own quiet space, her eyes reflecting both the gleam of the firelight and the reservoirs of soft emotions she has long guarded. In that shared, subtle silence, the spark of a meaningful connection begins to glow. The ambiance at the bonfire is intimate and filled with understated significance. The murmuring crackle of burning wood combines with the faint strains of instrumental music, composing a serene backdrop that encourages introspection. Each moment is imbued with the grace of small gestures, a fleeting shift in gaze, a barely perceptible smile, or the tender arrangement of their sitting positions that hints at a mutual willingness to be seen. In the glow of the fire, every flicker of light appears to unlock memories of past resilience and gentle breakthroughs that have quietly defined both individuals over the years. As the evening unfolds, the silent dialogue between Lior and Amaris deepens. It is as if the bonfire itself is an unspoken witness to their unfolding story. Its warm luminescence seems to caress their guarded hearts and invite them to lower their defenses. Without the need for spoken words, their presence together conveys volumes of recognition, a mutual understanding that extends beyond the superficial. The subtle energy shared in the space is a testament to lives that have known both the agony of isolation and the quiet beauty of self-healing. In these hushed moments, the interplay of light and shadow on their faces becomes a reflective canvas of their inner worlds. The soft intensity of the fire, the tender coolness of the night air, and the thoughtful rhythm of nature all conspire to create a cocoon of possibility around them. Here, in the warming embrace of the bonfire and the gentle hold of silence, the seeds of connection are sown, nurturing the first fragile bonds of trust that require no words at all. In that quiet communion of spirit, every unspoken word and shared glance builds a foundation for a bond that will endure forever. With the morning sun rising gently over the retreat, the landscape transforms into a palette of soft light and warm hues. Beneath a canopy of graceful eucalyptus trees, the air carries a clean, invigorating scent that sets the stage for honest reflection. In this serene setting, Lior and Amaris naturally gravitate towards one another, as if drawn by an unspoken understanding born out of their shared journeys. Without grand declarations or overt gestures, they find solace in the simple act of being present, each intimately aware of the other's quiet strength. As the day unfolds in measured tranquility, the pair settles in a clearing where the eucalyptus leaves filter the sunlight into delicate patterns upon the ground. Their presence in this natural space is filled with a gentle confidence, a confidence that comes not from words, but from a deep, lived understanding of vulnerability and resilience. In those precious hours, every soft glance and thoughtful manner reveals hidden layers of their past. Memories of a lonely childhood stand side by side with quiet moments of personal triumph. The interplay of light and leaf mirrors the interplay of their inner lives, emphasizing that beauty often arises in the spaces where shadows meet radiance. The environment itself seems to listen as they share quiet contemplations. It is a time when the natural world and human experience converge, forging an atmosphere where every sound is a comforting reminder of continuity and growth. Their silent communion under the eucalyptus is an affirmation that healing is a gradual, unfolding process, one that embraces the delicate balance between strength and fragility. In this luminous clearing, the language of the soul speaks louder than any spoken word, charting the map of shared understanding and mutual care. Here, in the soft embrace of daylight, the connection that has been quietly nurtured begins to blossom. It is a communion of spirits, where both history and hope are woven together into a tapestry of gentle vulnerability, setting the stage for the deeper journey that is to come. In that moment, every spoonful of food nurtures the blossoming trust between them. Later that afternoon, the retreat house offers a quiet interlude in a communal kitchen set amidst the open air. In this unassuming space, Lior and Amaris choose to prepare a simple meal together, finding that the act of cooking mirrors the process of building trust. The kitchen, filled with the aroma of fresh vegetables and the gentle simmer of a nourishing broth, becomes a silent stage, where their inner worlds unfold through shared actions. As Amaris carefully chops crisp carrots and peppers with a rhythmic precision of her own, Lior tends to a pot of brown rice infused with turmeric and ginger. Their movements gradually synchronize, weaving an intimate dance defined not by spoken words, but by mutual care and attentiveness. Every small act in the kitchen speaks volumes. The modest exchange of utensils and the quiet smiles they share reveal layers of vulnerability, as each becomes a witness to the other's unspoken fears and tender aspirations. In that humble space, the simple act of cooking transcends nourishment of the body, transforming into a ritual of connection. The stir of the broth, the careful tasting of fresh ingredients, and even the shared glance over simmering pots, all carry the weight of personal histories and the quiet promises of renewal. In this commonplace scene, every ingredient holds the potential for healing, and every gesture, no matter how slight, contributes to a growing foundation of trust. The kitchen becomes a microcosm of their larger journey, one where the art of letting someone in is as deliberate and heartfelt as the blending of flavors. In this gentle exchange, the warmth of care replaces old fears, signaling that the tender art of connection is as essential as the nourishment prepared before them. In that moment, every spoonful of food nurtures the blossoming trust between them. As the retreat draws to a gentle close, the unfolding narrative leaves behind a resonant promise of possibility and renewal. In the quiet spaces between shared activities and silent glances, Lior and Amaris carry forward the memory of a connection nurtured in the midst of healing. The soft imprint of their encounter lingers in the tranquil corners of the retreat house and the serene outdoor surroundings, a quiet reminder that true connection is forged not in dramatic moments, but in the cumulative strength of small, heartfelt gestures. In the reflective calm of the closing day, the experience becomes more than a series of events. It transforms into an inner journey of remembrance and hope. Each step, each breath, carries the potential to heal old wounds and ignite new possibilities. The subtle union of their paths is a testament to the idea that healing is an enduring process, unfolding gently over time. This profound encounter leaves them with the assurance that, even when surrounded by solitude, the openness to connection can guide one through the darkest hours. It is a promise quietly spoken by the heart, an invitation to continue embracing vulnerability and cultivating trust for all the days to come eternally.